white ones, and then one will be the same as the. It's kind of a light greenish blue, but you gotta have one male.
Yeah.
You know. You get
Have
some
you
chickens.
ever heard them scream?
Oh yeah.
It's like a woman's being beaten to death.
Ain't it cool?
We're supposed to hear into that.
The whole thing. I mean, is there? You got to have places for them to go. You know, where they can fly up to. They like to be above stuff, and you got to.
They like to perch.
You got
just do a mic check.
Well, I know Danny was here last night, right?
Would you do a mic check real quick? Just get close to it.
Hey, is she gonna be listening?
Is that good enough?
Can you hear yourself clearly?
Oh yeah.
If you can hear yourself clearly, then you should be good.
Mm-hmm.
If you back off, you'll start to lose any feedback.
I can.
We did you earlier.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, is Danny listening tonight?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because my headphones smell awesome.
God damn it, Mike! You are a sniffer.
His girlfriend was sitting here last night.
Not my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore, bitch.
Oh, no. Oh, Christ almighty. I can't. I don't know if I said this in Facebook Messenger thread or if I said it when I called in. But somebody asked me that did Mike show up to your show last night? I said no, thank God, because he would have spent the whole night trying to muster up a hard on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That Viagra shit don't work. Been snorting that stuff for a year. All it does is make you pee green.
I don't have any problem in that department.
No, I think gunpowder works really good for us.
Oh, let's get this show up.
We haven't even been here 5 minutes. He's like, you guys gotta go.
He just doesn't know, does he?
3 minutes, Mike.
Gotcha. I got to do the morning show tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah.
He's not a morning person.
No. And the morning show, because of all the advertisers and people listening, like in their cars and offices, you gotta watch what you say. And yeah.
Drink lots of coffee.
Oh, well, I drank 2 of these and a Coke and chocolate donuts whenever I do the morning show. Because you just gotta. Scotty is like.
All right, 50 seconds.
Scotty's out of control.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw a commercial in here because one of these songs I think was glitchy.
Glitchy?
Dear God, it's not Adele, is it?
Oh, I hope so. I hope it's Taylor Swift.
It's still on.
Hello.
You just be glad I can't reach you from here.
Hey, y'all keep that shit to yourself.
Humming.
Do you want me to change the name in any way? Just go with Danielle Kelly, Patrick Kelly. Everybody's good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I use military Mike because I prefer people not to visit me at the house.
Oh, we have 300 yards of open killing field before you get to our house.
I got about the same. Yeah. And I use it. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I got drones, baby. I got some serious drone action going.
Well, we have a 10-month-old Rottweiler that has already bit the AC guy.
Bonus round. I have a pit bull. A pit bull. I want to get another pit bull.
We do too.
I'd bellow. She's not here. Yeah.
Yeah. You know the church group that goes around to your house all the time?
Yeah,
They don't come back to our house anymore.
Well, they don't come to mine either because can you imagine a religious conversation with me at the door in my underwear?
They showed up the day that we were burying a very large dog. So we had this body-shaped garbage bag in a wheelbarrow, and we were holding shovels when they walked up to the door. We're like,
beautiful.
They're like, do you have a moment to speak about Jesus Christ? And we're like, now is not a good time.
Is that it?
Not yet.
So, yeah. There it is. Everybody ready?
Sure.
It doesn't matter now. You're fucked.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Everybody out there in TV land, turn that shit off. It's time to listen to The World According to Mike on the radio. Tonight. What's that song from Frozen? Thanks, Alex. And now moving on to Danielle and Patrick Kelly.
Isn't it? Do you want to do some blow, man?
No. You just get a big old sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because nobody listens to your show and they like mine. What's going on, brother? I see you're vaping.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's World According to Mike. It's the 16th of December. It's 7 o'clock. My co-host. That's right, bitch. I said it. And engineer and
hold on one second.
Here we go. I'm being Mike. Muted. So. Huh? No, you're muted.
Oh, shut up.
You suck. But that's what you get for being mean.
I know.
So, all right. Alex tried to mute me. So if any of the other folks from the radio stations are listening, that's funny crap, and I'll bring it up tomorrow on the radio. But Alex is with us again. My
T.W.A.T. Mike. I don't know why I'm doing this.
I don't either. I know one thing. It's incredibly hard to get the smell out of the studio after you leave. But tonight in the studio, we have the founder, creator, president, commander,
CEO,
CFO, COO, Danielle Kelly with the Foxhole. Quit looking at me. She's making me laugh. The Foxhole Support Network. And her husband, who him and I have been chewing the, I'm not going to say fat. Damn it. I walked right into that.
Yeah, you did.
Chewing the old stories of when we were, Desert Storm, Desert Shield time frames. But Danielle has started a support group on Facebook. And you want to say hello? You want to say anything? You can leave. I don't give a shit. I started the show.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. So time for a commercial? No. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about the support group. Don't say anything about, is he a staff sergeant now, Boggs? You know?
No, I have no idea.
He is the oldest freaking E5 I've ever met in my life, if not.
Well, at least he made it. I was never going to get there.
Yeah, well, you know what? If Boggs is listening right now, I think the technical term is you suck. He was supposed to be here tonight, and he's, I have to do some work. You're in the guard, dude. You're not working till 7 o'clock at night.
I don't think he figured out how to load the app yet.
No, he did. He said earlier today, I got it. Like it was some big deal. It's a freaking app, dude. You just hit install and step back.
My daughter did it in like 10 seconds.
And she's 3. So, you know.
No, that's the granddaughter.
The granddaughter's 3.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah. I got a 5-year-old and a 12-year-old for grandkids.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Grand kills. That's pretty much how it works.
Well, you know why I call them that is because when they run in the yard, I only use a BB gun, so we can't really call it a kill. So we call it a grand kill. I'm lying. Alex is in
that. We can use the airsoft then.
Yeah. Oh. Don't use those freaking Nerf or airsoft. That's just BS.
No, it's going to be paintball. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. Use the OC, like the pepper spray ones. And their little eyes are crying. When they come up to you, go, what's wrong? Well, no Santa for you. How about that?
I have whatever. Cut me off if you want to.
Okay.
I have a little anecdote about pellet guns, BB guns. I was listening to Gun Talk. Tom, you heard of Tom Gresham?
No.
Anyway, he's
joking.
Yeah, he's a.
Y'all hear a baby?
He's a media guy, and he does a column on guns for the Washington Post. Somebody called into his radio show, and it was one of those, "Oh, I'm calling for my friend" type of calls. He said, "So my friend has a one of those Desert Eagle BB guns, which he carries concealed, and he can shoot the eye out of a net at 50 yards with it. Is that a good idea?"
Well,
yeah.
No, of course not.
Swear to God.
Have you ever shot a Desert Eagle?
The 58.
The 50? Yeah. The bullet drops like a rainbow. Literally less than 50 feet, and you got about a foot bullet drop.
I'm an animal advocate. I'm kind of concerned about the gnat losing its eye.
Wow.
Only
a woman.
That's right.
Only a woman.
Yeah, I had the 357 is better if you shot
or
that.
the 41.
I haven't shot that.
No,
The 41 was sweet.
The 44 mag will actually hit targets at 100 yards.
The Desert Eagle one.
Yeah.
You know what the problem was? Yeah.
So.
Oh geez,
You only have to do it one time.
The 50 was really, really. I mean, I'm serious. It was a pain in the butt to try to charge it.
I wouldn't carry one of those as a concealed piece, regardless. Especially a pellet gun version.
Well, if you want to get killed,
shoot
me.
And that's
shoot me with a pellet gun.
You know, Tom's there saying what I'm thinking. And he's like, yeah, but he's really quick and he can hit his target every single time. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, hit me.
It's fantastic.
I'm gonna be really upset.
We're gonna introduce you to the golden BB.
Yeah. Hey, be watching the phone tonight too, Alex. If you would, I should have a couple calls coming in.
All right.
Especially later.
Okay.
We had actually. That's the best thing about pirate radio.
Bear in mind, I run a tech show and I don't know how this thing works.
Oh, okay.
And we have a missed call from somewhere.
Oh wow! Already tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be Boggs. Boggs is kind of like catfish. He'll blah 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 blah. Okay, Danielle, we do apologize. You were starting to tell us about your support group, and then your husband interrupted, then Alex interrupted, and then go ahead. No, I'm going to interrupt now. No,
I'm used to it. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I've been married for 2 years now.
Because we've been married 2 years now, so you don't have to worry
no
about
arguments. Well, one argument.
I don't even remember what that was over.
You said ballistics.
Yeah, well,
it's all ballistics.
You know what? A family that argues over ballistics, a family that shoots together stays together. Because you don't want to freaking split off from the crowd, man.
I actually orchestrated his last divorce. So
really, y'all had music.
Yeah. He can't divorce me. He knows how smart I am.
God, dog, man.
That's why there's a big hole in the backyard.
Jeez. Hey, that's what we ought to do, man. Is we ought to have like a domestic violence show. And
I'm always up for a bit of domestic violence. Fucking sign me up.
That would be so cool.
Or do you mean discussing domestic violence?
Bring on some contestants.
Okay.
Can you go get my belt out of the car?
Oh, stop.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, really. Got any good marks to show? And when I meant Mark, I didn't mean, I don't know. No. Okay, please continue.
Yeah, we don't talk about Mark. We leave him in the closet.
Gimp.
Yeah. About the Facebook page, the Foxhole. When I started this, it was just a page to blow off some steam because I had already been to 4 funerals and it wasn't even April yet. And I talked to a couple of other people, some friends of mine, and I just want a place that we can go and we can talk and blow off some steam. So I created the page and invited just the people that I knew.
Yeah.
And then they invited soldiers that they knew.
Right.
And within 24 hours, we were already at 1,000 people.
I know. I remember because, you had said, put down your name, put down your phone number, where, what area you'd like to cover. So I put down my name. I think I probably put something smart down there with it too, and I put down, and then the next day or 2 days later, I went back to just check to see where I was and how many people were interested in this. Wow.
It took off.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And our first week we already had our trial by fire. We had a soldier post that she was really upset and she needed somebody to talk her out of being angry. And within seconds, there were tons of people talking to her, blowing up her phone, emailing her, messaging her, smoke signals. It all went out.
Well, I mean, combat vet, illegal alien. So we understand. It's funny because a lot of people, I talked to a lot of people, and then even last night, Alex was like, hey, I got a drone question during his show, Tech Talk. And I said, man, I can't help you right now. I'm talking with a veteran buddy of mine. And it was really that simple. I don't know that he was going to do anything to himself, but the fact of the matter is the little thing that occurred, he basically broke up a little domestic squabble at a restaurant. He waited for the cops to come, and the cops took the guy away. Then he went home, and then everything started happening, and he just needed somebody to talk to.
You just don't have that like you do when you go overseas, and you have that whole family, and they're right there, and they all know what you're going through.
Right.
And then you come home, and people are like, "Don't be such a wuss about it."
Oh yeah. Or I know what you're going through.
Famous last words.
I love when people tell me that. Because what I like to do to people too is they go, man, I understand all that. And I go, you ever seen the human body ripped apart? I mean, just ripped apart. Have you ever seen human blood boiling because it's the metal that it's on is on fire?
Or, a child who is not crying because 90% of their body is third-degree burns.
Yeah. So I know, and on Phoenix and in Kabul, they were always bringing stuff through the front gate for you guys to work with. I was going out, I was out on the road and stuff like that. And so we saw the other part of it. We saw what the Afghans were doing to the Afghans, and then anytime there was U.S. forces, we didn't have any reason to be there. So we weren't there. But when you come back, the first year or so, you're like, okay, I adjusted. I'm good. Yeah, then suddenly things start to happen, and that's the best thing. That's really how. I mean, because you and I had talked before you started the support network. Mm-hmm. Where'd that Rachel chick go, by the way?
I know who you're talking about. God, I hope she's not listening to this. Batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. No, just let that go.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, no, I was just talking with her. I mean, this chick was really nice, man. She's a tag chick.
Yeah, no.
And then she disappeared.
Yeah, she'll show up again a couple of times. It's like that
house arrest,
loose button or something that just keeps coming back.
Don't you love Facebook?
Oh yeah, I love women with that certain level of nuts. It's just attractive.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because most of the time, women that have nuts are called transgender.
A certain level of crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You did say nuts.
Well, there's the hot to crazy ratio.
Yeah, the hot crazy scale.
Yes,
that's right.
No, there's not.
Was she cute?
You're making that up. Yes, she was adorable. I had an adorable little baby.
She wouldn't be interested in you, Michael.
That's just not true.
The prettier they are, the crazier they are. It comes with the vagina.
It comes with the vagina.
It is the hot. Have you seen that? The hot crazy scale.
Yeah, that was great. A woman on the show just said crazy comes with the vagina.
Yeah,
the whole time I thought it was uterus low jack.
No. It's at the bottom of the box, but it's in the box.
But what are you calling a box? Because guys call that the box.
Yeah.
You're calling it the box too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think our boss just fell down the steps.
That is why they call men the God's gift to women, is because they come in a box.
Oh. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
But it's also called the fun box.
Oh, well, yeah.
And
fun bags,
and typically we go to the nothing box after we've been to the fun box.
Or the penalty box.
What gets me about that hot crazy matrix is the guy that takes credit for it, Dana McClendon.
Didn't do it.
He's all right, here it is. So he put out a video, I think it was in 2013 or 2012, with James Yeager doing this hot crazy matrix, and it blew up. But if you go back to 2006 on an episode of How I Met Your Mother, it's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That I never did get into that show. How I Met Your Mother?
Mm-hmm.
I never got into the show.
I love that show.
It's been around for about 10, 12 years now, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. You stay away from
the air now. It's been off the air now for a couple of years.
About
that was a good show.
Yeah, I've heard about you and Moms.
Oh my God. Where did you hear that? I can't, Scotty. Quit telling people that secret. Wow, that befuddled me. Plus that guy, the doctor guy, Doogie Howser, on the show.
Yeah.
I don't like that character. I don't like him.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, I don't like him.
You don't like Barney?
No, I don't like him.
How's wrong with you?
I don't like him.
All right, fair enough. You don't have to like him.
Well, yeah, if you're going to watch a show, you got to
He'd probably like you. You're a bit of a bear.
Panda bear. What happened to the computer?
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Hey, it's back.
There it goes.
Well, there's There's
the TikTok guy. I'm doing
the studio maybe didn't pay the electricity bill. Who knows? Maybe we're still broadcasting.
Nope.
Boggs is all getting all butt hurt on Facebook over here because I'm picking on him. I don't know what to say. He's, maybe he came with a vagina. I don't know. Maybe there's still some vagina on him or something. I know he's got a big dog, and that's usually to compensate for a small penis. And I have showered with Boggs, and he has a small penis. But that's why he's not here this evening.
Daniel, if I can do it, you can do it.
Exactly. He freaked out and, is everybody going to hear me? He's one of these guys that talks real tough. You ever met these guys? They talk real tough. I'm big, I'm bad, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, put up or shut up. Oh, well, my Kung Fu's not going to be so good. I just ate, some crap like that. So, Kung Fu Panda, the movie? Anyone?
Yeah, I love Kung Fu Panda.
That's kind of thing there.
I think in cartoons, so I'm good with that.
You think in animation?
I do. Everything you tell me, I can picture it. It's in a cartoon.
What if somebody talks to you about a cartoon?
Then they seem real.
Dog, you're a freaking shrink's wet dream. I can imagine. They see you coming, they're like, "Oh, she's here."
Well, I think they like to test what kind of meds they can put me on to make things different.
I went through about 3 until me and Mr. Zoloff met.
A total psycho.
Yeah, she actually made
tried to kill a puppy.
Yeah. she was on that and she was on one, and she literally made the 200-pound female mastiff back into the corner.
She tried to kill a puppy. Heathen sinner.
It was awful.
Oh my God.
They had to do an intervention
and you know what?
An intervention. What's going on, dude?
Let's go to a break. I need to work on this computer.
We've had some electrical issues. Might be the storm. I heard there was a storm heading this way.
Yes.
Guys, give us a sec. We're going to take a break and find out what's going on here. And then when we come back, we're going to delve into this debate that happened last night, the GOP presidential debate. We'll be right back. Phew.
I guess I'm saying, is vagina okay on radio?
This is pirate radio, man. This is underground radio. Did you ever meet Joey? Joey the Voice?
No.
Joey the Voice is the best radio voice ever, and he used to work with us. And you know what he did is he married way out of his league. I know I'm in YouTube. Joey, I love you, but you married out of your league. All right. There's always trouble. Okay? There's always trouble. Had like 2 major in the ICU accidents in about 6 months away from each other. He's a Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Just the best radio voice in the world. You get him on that radio, you get him on the front of that microphone. Yeah, I mean, he would make up cuss words.
I've done a few.
Yeah, he's been in the music industry for probably 20, 25 years and knows just tons of people. Had great acts coming on the show.
Yeah, I have absolutely wowed him sometimes with just the off the cuff things that I have said. Like, of course, there's always the dogs that go through the litter box for some reason.
Oh yeah,
like,
man.
I don't
Makes their breath smell better.
Unwrapped candy.
Yeah, it's Tootsie Rolls.
Yes.
It's the Tootsie Roll box.
So I called the dog a turd burglar, and he was like, he thought that was just like the funniest thing on the planet.
Apparently that pushes a button.
It really works.
It's just the way. It's just the way she says it.
It appears that Minicam just jammed up the computer completely process-wise. So I've disabled that, switched us over to a direct input to YouTube. But we won't be able to do any transitions to other screens if you need to. We will be able to eventually because it has that capability, but we're not wired for it. So I think we're good. I'm checking with Scott to make sure
somebody
YouTube.
just Facebooked it and said they can see us. So we're
great.
transmitting.
All right, well, I'm going to
That'd be fine.
It don't matter.
Okay,
I'm gonna
y'all are
fire
still
this up
streaming,
and make
and it's
sure
funny.
we're-
Bailey is loving seeing Gigi, but mad Gigi can't hear her.
Okay, yeah.
That's
we're
my
good.
granddaughter.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, we're good. So
The 3-year-old is listening to the show. That's awesome.
that means we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
And do me a favor, apologize for the glitch.
No, that sounds like a technical thing, and that's your responsibility. I don't want people to associate
Good job on here.
glitches with me. I want them to accept glitches with you.
Fucking dick.
I'll accept full personal responsibility for that because it's the magnetic personality. I have this effect on electronic equipment.
I told y'all not to say vagina on the radio.
I got it back. I got it back. Though. Yeah, the whole thing was locked up. It was Manicam. I had to force stop. I had to force quit it and switch over to the Logitech input.
She calls it a box. And then she said crazy things with the vagina. And I'm like,
it does. I've dated tons of women, and it does.
The prettier they are, the crazier they are.
like
It's
big women?
No, but
Ton of women?
crazy comes with the vagina.
Guess
You
what?
can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
He said he likes women that are not having nuts.
No, he likes them that are half nuts, Mike.
Okay, so
You like
transgenders.
women with nuts.
Slightly nuts. There's a certain level of crazy that's
Yeah, I had to
just.
quit dating them because my crazy and their crazy just didn't.
Well, that's your problem. You're dating them.
So
What?
No, they can
I
hide
vote for killing
crazy.
him.
you can
They can
you can
hide
hide crazy
crazy.
really
Oh,
good.
they did.
They're trained how to hide crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
dated one of those for 8
It's not
years,
it's
so I
not
gave up.
until the and that's why we smile
20 seconds, Mike.
when we go down the aisle is you have no idea what it was going
That's
to
right.
change.
Sucker.
Yeah, more him, less me.
Well, there is more him.
You ready?
Not much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the world according to Mike. We're sitting on the porch. We're looking at the rain. We're looking at the lake. I'm lying. We're in the studio. Hey, real quick, Alex wanted to apologize for the technical glitch.
Oh, it just locked up again. As soon as you say that, it locks up again.
Isn't that something?
Amazing.
That's perfect. Yeah, he probably hit the pause button. He has a tendency to do stuff like that. Oh, there went all the computers
Good
too.
Lord.
Hopefully we're still on the air though, right? Message here, and if you see me, I'm over here scrolling and answering stuff and all that other stuff. Something about Halloween at Camp Phoenix.
Phobia. Do you remember Phobia?
Okay, here's the deal. I was working Halloween.
We did it for like 2 weeks. We had the haunted house for 2 weeks.
Are you serious? Oh no! I was. Got to remember, man. My days ran together.
Oh, we started this.
I never went to the haunted house at Phoenix.
We just got this wild hair, a couple of us that were poker players, and thought, we're just going to make a haunted house. And we pretty much just built it out of crap from all around this.
Yeah,
anything we could scrounge, we just
we
built
were
this
in a
thing.
crapistan, so there was no shortage of crap.
And it took off. Like, we didn't think that there would be that many people, but we started a show and it would be from like 7 o'clock at night and we would run it until midnight, but it would be nonstop. Just
really,
everybody came every night.
Well, Phoenix had a little bit of everything. I mean, there was Turks, Hungarians, there were,
Phoenix Idol.
Yeah, we did a lot of weird stuff. We had a dodgeball tournament, like dodgeball the movie thing, and
did somebody come out in the full S&M gear?
No. Here's the thing: is you had to be
that was me on Halloween. I went as an animal trainer, and for some reason, everybody thought I was Bondage Girl.
Oh, I can see that. Are there pictures? Can I go to YouTube? I had actually one of the Phoenix Idols. They had asked me, Major Brookshire, and Command Sergeant Major Smallwood to sing. God, God, I don't know country music. Something about a cowboy. Save a cowboy, save a cow, save a horse, something.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Yeah, and then Salinas kind of she took over in front of everybody, and that kind of drew everybody's attention. So that was fine with me.
I stayed away from that because of the Air Force girl that used to hang out over there.
Yeah.
She dry humped everything.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was part of that. Just so we know too, we have listeners literally all over the world. I mean, the time differences might, but they do watch the YouTube, and they watch and listen to our show all over the world. I just want to go ahead and say if Denise Salinas is out there. And the thing about it is when I retired, I got my rank back, so I was W-2, so I retired as CW2. So
how to win friends and influence people with Michael Matson. Right. Good God Almighty! That's how it's done, Mike.
Yeah. Well, here, just in case you missed it,
one more.
Swear to God, I don't hate many, but the ones I do. So, anybody have an opportunity, or hey, do you want to hit the hot topic, or do you want to go off there last night? What is it? What is it, gang? What do you want to talk about? Because I'm prepared.
What's the hot topic?
The hot topic, dude. Look at this, man. Happening now. Protesters gathering in front of the courthouse because of a hung jury.
Talk about the debate, because I didn't get to watch it. I was doing my show, so you can fill me in.
Well, I tell you what.
I know. I can tell you what happened. Yeah. Rubio was fantastic. Trump was a fucking train wreck.
Wow. What did you read? High Times?
I'm just going by common sense and logic.
What the hell? What article are you reading?
Just a little common sense and logic.
Holy shit! I didn't know they vape cannabis oil. Damn.
So Michael, what did you see during the debate last night?
Every major news outlet said Rubio tanked. Rubio jacked it. He went after Cruz. Cruz shredded him. There's absolutely. He's a Rubio fan, ladies and gentlemen, and people on the panel.
Okay. Well, first of all, yes, I am a Rubio fan, but I have been saying for 24 months now that Marco Rubio will be our next president. Every poll, by the way, every general election simulation poll shows Hillary Clinton beating everybody except for Marco Rubio. It shows Clinton beating Trump by 24 points.
Did they give him baseball bats? How are they beating anybody?
Yeah, because I haven't seen any of this. I'm going to bring something up right now.
I'll pull up the polls right now for you.
Do something, Jesus.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There's a lot of people who don't like Trump because he's very outspoken, and he doesn't withhold anything, and he says what a lot of people want to hear.
Oh yeah.
But here's the other thing about Trump too. He's the only one on either side of the candidates, be it Republican or Democrat, who has experience by pulling vast groups of people together in order to make billions of dollars.
I like it.
Yeah.
He has the experience of bringing people together that a lot of politicians in Washington don't have a clue on. And I can tell you one thing, Hillary doesn't have a clue on how to bring her and her husband together.
Here are the spreads for a race as of today. A race between Trump. Now, Fox News, of course, has Trump ahead. Every other poll in the nation has Hillary up, ranging from 3 points all the way up to 24 points.
Okay, but
who are they polling? Are they polling the cemeteries? Because that's usually where she gets her votes.
Of course, they poll eligible voters.
Here,
and I do have an issue with the way we poll still, because it's an old-fashioned
You're an intelligent guy. If there's a spread between 3% and 24%, well, Jesus, come on.
Absolutely. Like I said, there's an issue with the way we still poll.
Right. If you're only going to go to the demographic areas that are truly Democrats in order to poll on who's going to become the president, you're going to get the same answer every time.
Well, supposedly it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to mix it up. But obviously, this is the way I look at it. If it's one's 59 and one's 41 and there's a margin of error of 29% or some crap, then screw it. It's worthless.
Right. So anyway, what happened during the debate?
Well, I got to tell you, let me hit this first. You guys tell me what you think about this. One, there's way too many people. It's ridiculous. They ask you a 45-second question and you got to answer the damn thing in 30 seconds. I mean, come on, you know, or your rebuttals were 30 seconds, your answers were 1 minute. You can't do it. And so then it just sounds like they're just asking the same thing over and over and over. The next thing is I don't know about you guys, but this isn't a debate. These have not, none of them, Democratic or Republican. This is not a debate forum. A debate is where, like Alex and I think he's a dumbass. He doesn't think he's a dumbass. We argue this point, and it's very easy for me to convince public opinion and everything else that he's a dumbass. You see what I'm saying? And he has very few friends because nobody likes him and nobody listens to his show. So it's very difficult for him to debate back.
Absolutely, Michael. Valid points. You're still fat.
But I can lose weight. You're never going to have any friends.
And you know, you're right. There's not been a lot of debate, but then again, there wasn't a lot of debate when Reagan and Carter were going.
Yeah, but no, they did. They would face each other.
Right, they did. When it was the two of them,
the two parties.
Right. It was just down to the two parties, and you're going for the touchdown.
Right.
But the thing of it is what I don't understand is we've got 10 people standing up there on this stage, and we have questions that are being asked, but only 2 or 3 of them get to actually answer the question.
Absolutely.
I want to know what every one of them has to say about that question.
I don't. I don't want to know what any of them really have to say.
Yeah,
I'm done.
The problem there is with that many candidates, you'd end up with an 8-hour debate.
Exactly, and that's part of the problem is we've got too many candidates standing up on the stage. This needs to be narrowed down to the top 4 or 5 candidates
by now.
And in fact, I'm glad they're done with debates now until Iowa, because after Iowa, the field's going to narrow.
Yes.
And then any debates from that point on I think will be more substantive debates.
Let's be realistic, okay? Jeb Bush looks like a fat kid that's getting tired of being called fat. He's had it and he's angry with everybody. The guy he's not bringing anything to the table. He was just taking shots at everybody.
Here's what he's bringing to the table.
Like, why the hell are you
here's the biggest thing that hurts Jeb Bush. The name.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, as long as we're going to get rid of Bush completely, let's just take Hillary Clinton off of that list of people. Get rid of both of the Bushes at the same time. Well, because neither one of them actually need to say a word.
Hillary's their establishment candidate. Even the Democrats didn't want her. They wanted was Elizabeth Warren,
right?
And she wouldn't run.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so
even Hillary's not the first choice for the Dems.
I took my shot. I took my shot at Jeb Bush because I really don't like the guy. Hacks. Oh God, I can't say things. Hatch. This guy with the hands. He's pissed. He's just
who? First off, who is he?
He
exactly
former governor, former senator in Pennsylvania, I think.
Right, but the thing of it is though is
he nothing.
Right,
there's
really 5 people on that stage that have a name. That's Rubio, Cruz, Carson, Trump. Thank you. and
he's so easy to forget. I swear to God, that Trump, man is so easy to forget.
And Fiorina. Those are your 5 names. Well, the thing. The thing of it is those are the 5 people who actually are in the news outside of the debates. They actually have something to say outside of the debates versus the rest of them who just sort of hit or miss.
What about Paul? What do you think about Paul?
I really like Rand Paul, but he's just way too much of an outsider. Yeah.
Well, look, Ted Cruz is right along with him as far as an outsider is concerned.
I mean, these days I align far more with the Libertarian Party than the Republicans.
Okay, these people that are texting me, I'm never giving my phone number out again. These are talking about Trump won, but they're talking about Marco Rubio being owned. I'm serious, dude. Look, I'm not lying. I'm not just picking.
Well, that's fine. It's a debate.
Okay,
well, here's a debate. Rubio has soundly won every debate up until now. He had an off night. Big deal.
No,
he's still my candidate. That's not going to change my mind.
What I'd
like to know about
not
Donald
in the
Trump.
race anymore.
Did he actually touch on anything of substance,
or
was it just a bunch of a lot more Donald Trump rhetoric?
It was Donald Trump rhetoric. I love it.
Yeah, right.
But that's what the people want.
Okay,
right now.
here's what he said. what he said over and over and over since day one. If you ask me, going to build a wall. Okay, the whole no more Muslims. Okay, he's big on that. Trade deals, he's pretty much like, oh, I'll handle these people, and I know he will. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing is rebuilding. And the guy knows how to rebuild. I mean, the guy knows how to build structure. So, and I really and he wants to shut down the internet in places.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay, and you know what? And so you got a grin on your face. So I know you disagree with me here, but you know what? I'm all for it, man. Because I don't know if you ever see any of these Norse maps where it shows the active cyber attacks in our country. I'll bring one up here in just a sec. But I mean, China bombards, like China hits the FBI like 500,000 times a day with cyber attack. And we know it's China. Okay, you know when we found Obama? He was in Pakistan. I disagree with sending Pakistan money. You see how that works? So you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm on a basic level
I
here.
see what you're saying, but again, it's rhetoric. It's impossible to eliminate traffic from one country.
I disagree.
For example,
No,
you can go China's route, and you can stop.
They do.
Okay. First off, you're only going to slow it down for 45 minutes, and then they're going to route through other servers from around the world.
Work them.
And then eventually you're just going to shut down. It's going to be like building a wall around the borders. You're going to wind up shutting down the internet to anything outside of the U.S.
Exactly. That's your only option, is to shut it off.
I disagree.
Completely.
Yeah,
you might disagree, but it's because you don't understand the technology, Michael.
I'm actually kind of okay with not having the internet all over the damn place, because I think technology is what's killing our country.
I disagree, because I have seen what happens. You've seen it too. Maybe you didn't even know it, but you can shut down an area. Yeah, you can shut down an area. Spruce. Do you remember the Spruce machine whenever we got attacked? If there was an attack on our post in Afghanistan, they would run this thing called a Spruce. And Spruce would shut down your cell phones. It would shut down your internet. It would shut down everything.
You're talking a local area.
I know,
we're talking about
the
entire world.
No. I'm talking about Syria. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you see, there's smart guys out there that are going to bounce it off of 52 million freaking IPs.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
But that's fun.
You can shut down China, but like I said, they don't have one guy sitting over there making all these attacks. They've got thousands of people making these attacks. Therefore, okay, you're going to stop 10% of them. Is really all you're going to do, and 10% is better than no percent.
Thank you,
and I understand that.
I like him.
However, you do have to
switch
look
seats. No, switch seats.
but
I mean, I gotta stay.
Okay, if he can't make it through a landline server, he's going to bounce it off of a satellite. The internet has become such an animal that people, a lot of people don't even understand the basic concept of how the internet works.
It's Big Brother. I got that. But the point I'm trying to make is that Trump wants to shut it down in areas of conflict. Okay, because let me explain something to you. ISIS
uses the news media.
And if you've been in these third world countries where we have, these people, they will look you right in the face and lie to you.
Exactly.
Just bold-faced, booger-eating lie to you. Turn around to someone else and tell a completely another lie. They're incapable of testifying in court. So when they get any bit of information, they blow it out of proportion, the shock and awe thing. And
Saddam Hussein's biggest intel office was CNN.
Absolutely.
All he had to do is turn CNN on and watch the embedded newscasters. To me, it's not necessarily the internet itself. It's what we allow certain branches of media to do now. And I know that the United States has freedom of the press, and I'm all for it. But we have to be smart in our freedom of the press, and this jeopardizes people's lives. This doesn't happen until we have a whole grasp on the situation,
right? And
then we will give you information,
right? Well, talking with someone who has HIMNIT experience, human intel gathering. He's basically saying that yes, it can be done. There's sniffer systems. They can root out where it's coming from, and they can shut it down. I mean, and this is the guy in the industry.
Right.
He does human intelligence gathering. So I'm going to go. I know we're all smart here at the table, except for Alex. He's just a dick. I say that I'm going to go with this guy because if he says we can do it and he's in the industry, I'm going to go with him because that's enough for me to and I fully believe it. And I think we got to do it. You know what? There used to be a time that people didn't screw with the United States at all. Mm-hmm. They were scared.
No, but then we started giving awards to everybody for being last.
Yeah, well, we gave our president the Nobel Peace Prize before he really 100 days in office. So figure that one out. It's almost demeaning sometimes to think about what's going on, and I think Trump's going to get in there. Yeah, he's a big mouth, and yeah, he does crack jokes and all. But you know what? Being Sicilian, my hands move when I talk. And I am a smartass. You've known me for years. I'm always a smartass, okay? I used to teach classes in front of a couple hundred people, and nobody heckled, ever. Because if you did heckle, I had something for you. So it's kind of like, that's the way I kind of feel about Trump. Carson didn't go after Trump. Cruz, he didn't go after Trump. Rubio, he didn't go after Trump. But these dillwads on the ends, like Jeb, you know, and then it's just one of those things. I think that they turned this thing into a media circus and they tried to bash Trump at the majority of these things. Do we need to go to a commercial?
Yeah.
Let's do this. We'll be right back. Call in. Sick and tired of doing all this talking and nobody's calling. This is the world according to Mike. They text and they Facebook message me, but they won't call in because they don't want their voice or their name.
By the way, I'm a network communications management major.
Why did you say that?
And yes, there are sniffer systems that will go out, but it's a pinpoint. It's only looking for one thing. It's not, you're taught what, you know, when you say
he wants to shut down an area.
Right. Yeah. When you want to shut down China's access to the United States internet, you can't do it. It's impossible. I mean,
not China,
but we can.
Years ago, didn't some kid?
But you're not just talking about shutting off their access. You're talking about shutting off our access.
Right.
It works both ways. And I'll tell you what, I'm not willing.
If you have a line to get to them, they have a line
to give up any of my freedoms for a bunch of fucking terrorists. I'm not willing to do it. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing.
It works both ways.
Here's a great thing about it.
I'm listening.
If you've got a line to them, they've got a line to you. The funniest thing is when I got on the internet at the Armory one time, and you know how I accessed the internet?
Here's that
through the wireless printer that they had set up. Somebody didn't shut the wireless port off.
Yeah.
So here comes cybersecurity from state headquarters. Durka. Oh my God, we've got a security breach of an unknown source. Yeah. And they walked in there and they're giving me the third degree. And I said, well, you dumbasses didn't secure the damn printer. The wireless printer is access. Oh crap. And I was like, so you can't take anything out on me. You're not court-martialing me.
I picked it when he said it.
We can have our commercials or music. Alex likes to. That way it goes along with the topic.
What was their question about the Halloween?
It said, ask her about Halloween. Ask her about Halloween at Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, that was like the best.
See, this all comes in through the just for fun stuff, so I don't even know who these people are. So it's obviously.
Is it like Facebook? Is it the Facebook connection, or is it messaged from the app?
It's a message from the app.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Let me ask you, Michael. Do you think building a wall is going to stop the flow of immigrants into the United States?
It'll slow it down, but it won't stop it.
Right. And the same thing applies to, let's call it an internet firewall. What you're talking about is a blacklist or a whitelist administrated by the government. And we know what's going to happen there.
They can't.
And as soon as we pass a law that gives the government the ability and the power, or the authority, I should say, to create a blacklist, they can put whatever the hell they want on it.
Alex, are we so naive that we don't think that already exists?
Here,
It doesn't exist. Look at the dark web.
Here, okay.
The government don't limit our access to anything at the moment. The dark web is a classic example of that. Do they have the ability to shut it down completely? Absolutely. But it would affect a lot of other traffic. They don't shut it down.
They monitor it.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, they monitor a lot of things. That now that power is supposed to be limited as well. But
it's
you talk about immigration. We're as far as we're an industrialized nation. And what we have is we have immigrants that come to this country, they get an education, and they go back to their country. They get the education on the American taxpayer. Sure. We pay for their medical, their dental, we pay for everything. While they go to school, we even pay for their education, and then they go back to their country. A lot of other countries, even European countries, you want to immigrate into their country? What is your background?
I don't know.
What skill set do you have that you can bring to our table?
I know. I work in engineering. We have a lot of immigrants that work in the industry.
Yes.
I don't know a single one that went to school on the government's dime. Not a single one.
And it's not necessarily because a lot of where your engineers come from, primarily.
School-wise or country-wise?
Yeah, country-wise.
I mean, country-wise, primarily the United States, but immigrant-wise, India.
Okay.
India.
But India, there's
India.
A lot of Indians come here. Not all of them get schooled on the American dime, but some of them get schooled on the American dime.
But that's the thing. I work in the industry. I know a lot of immigrant engineers.
They stay, but they stay here.
Schooled on the American
and the thing
dime.
of it is they have something that they can contribute other than I was a sheep farmer.
Absolutely right. And
that's what I'm saying is we need to readjust. We need to look at
we want to keep it in the
what
United
we want.
States.
What we want to bring into the country is the engineers, the scientists, the mathematicians, all the other stuff. We want to bring in the stuff that
or the
we're
people,
losing to these
or the
But can we
people that
organize this
aspire
more
to
like
be
a
those
woman's
things.
closet? And for every good thing we bring in, can we send something bad back out? Because I mean, that's how I work in my closet.
Yeah.
Buy a new pair of shoes. The old ratty ones have to go.
But okay, here's the deal. I mean, the simple. Will the wall stop? No, not in absolutes, Alex. And I know you deal in absolutes because you're always trying to find a damn loophole to argue with me about. But the fact of the matter is that it'll
deter
proportionately stop the illegal immigrants.
What we need to do is we need to first off we need to put a halt on immigration, period, until we can create.
Talking about Donald?
Yeah. Until we can create a feasible way of, number one, vetting people, number two,
there's no land registry in Afghanistan.
Right.
They don't even know when their birthdays are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no vetting, and Afghanistan's relatively,
don't they all have the same name? I mean, like,
or they can just change their name.
30 seconds.
So you see what I'm saying is, especially when they talk about vetting these people, like vetting the people from Syria, we can't vet the people from Mexico. And somebody said it last night, and I don't remember who, but they went, yeah, if you stop them at the gate and you say, hey, are you a Muslim? They're going to say no. I mean, has anybody played with your luggage? No. Yeah. When you're filling out the form for a weapon.
Mike.
All right, we're back. I tell you what, the debate going on here in the studio at The World According to Mike was just as tasty during the break as it was before we went on break. Just to let y'all know, we've renamed Patrick to Donald Trump because he's saying the same thing Trump's saying, but he's saying that he's not saying what Donald Trump is saying. Come to find out, you're by trade?
I'm a firefighter paramedic.
You're a lying bitch is what you are, because you freaking told me what you really do for a living.
No, I graduated from college with a network and communications management degree.
Okay, so see, there's a lot of smart people here. So
that was for
YouTube and YouTube.
And by the way, he agrees it's not feasible to shut off the traffic from those countries. So.
All right. Well, you know what? I got to admit.
So the expert has spoken, hasn't he?
I got to tell you, too, the individual that I know that works in this environment has actually kind of changed his stance on it here during the break. and for all practical purposes has said, "Shut up, Mike." So, basically, I'm trying to get him to call in because it's just too much information overflow here on my phone and my tablet.
But this gets back to my entire point: is when has Donald Trump said anything of substance?
When has he had the opportunity to? I mean,
are you kidding me? This man gets more media than anybody.
Tell me any of the other guys what they've said that they're going to do in detail.
That's a straw man argument. I'm asking you about Trump. You're singing the virtues of Trump.
Okay.
I want to hear something of substance that he has proposed.
From the
something
beginning,
with an actual plan behind it.
Okay. He's talking about building a wall.
Okay. He is, yes. Well, but there's no actual plan in place, though, is there? There's no actual. We're going to build a wall. We're going to have Mexico pay for it.
Right.
It's going to have this beautiful door in it.
Okay.
And we're going to allow. I don't know who he's going to allow through it. I assume people that he's personally vetted.
What would satisfy your opinion on this as being specific? Do you want me to tell you how many bricks are in the Kremlin wall? I mean, bastard.
I'm hoping. Here's what I hope. I hope that when he talks about this wall, it's just rhetorical. It's a metaphorical wall.
I think there is some of that.
And hopefully he's talking about immigration reform. Yeah. And if that's the case, say we need to reform. We need to deal with immigration reform.
That's not Trump's style.
Well, I think that's half of the damn problem.
Half the damn country likes him.
A populist candidate. He's appealing to low information voters.
Damn right we
are.
I
like to call them never voters because and he's not going to caucus well in Iowa. These aren't people that are going to go out and
on this in Iowa
vote.
Because you know what? That's just old school politics. It's just more the same rhetoric.
I think there's between a 10 and 20% chance that Trump is just trolling the GOP anyway. He's a lifelong registered Democrat. And at the end of the day, he's going to say, gotcha.
Oh, my God. And then Rubio, with his underwear outside of his pants and a cape, is going to fly over and save us all.
Well, Rubio, I did tell you that I have a cartoon mind, right?
President,
I'm sorry?
So.
I did tell you that I have a cartoon mind.
Yeah.
I got it.
Thank you for that.
So basically, you're saying that Rubio's got some junk, got a package.
No, but I pictured him a lot like Doug from the cartoons.
Rubio's in over his head, and he made a huge mistake when he voted with the Democrats before. He crossed party lines, and that's going to haunt him.
On what? Are you talking the Gang of Eight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good plan.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry. It was a good plan.
Oh, my God.
It was feasible. It would have.
You said you think in cartoons. Right now, you should imagine a piano falling through the ceiling and squishing Alex. Ding, 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 ding.
Again, it was a plan. It was a plan. It was a plan of substance, which I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Oh, here we go. See what happens with Alex is whenever I give him a hard time, he immediately will go to this. I'm smarter than you, and I'm not going to debate with you because it's below me.
Also, the only plan that's come up for a vote.
Well, okay, let's take somebody else in. Let's take Carson.
Okay.
All right. Now he's basically in the same position as Trump as far as not being a career politician.
Well, he's the absolute outsider.
Right. And he's
Washington outsider.
Yeah. And he's articulate. He's smart. Obviously, he's a neurosurgeon.
He's a very well educated and very well informed man.
Okay, I agree. And he has spent time with the soldiers. He has spent time at the wall. Okay. Isn't it kind of strange that the guy who's done all this stuff along with Trump, who is in the same category, doesn't bash Trump? Is it
strange? I don't know.
I think it's strange that the career politicians bash Trump. They're in the same party.
Because that's how politics works.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
politics is who can bash who the best.
Oh, I disagree.
No, really. I mean, come on. Listen to the commercials that come out on when it comes down to the final two candidates, the Republican and Democrat. It doesn't matter who it is. It will be this person did that. Oh, I'll give you for instance, if Hillary is on the Democratic ticket, Hillary allowed the U.S. embassy to be attacked in Libya. Hillary said it doesn't matter that 4 Americans died. Hillary did not have a secret server at her house. I mean, these are things that are going to be the commercial of the Republican candidate in order to hide. I mean, that is Washington politics. We have to bash Exactly.
It's mudslinging.
You're right.
I
It is
agree.
mudslinging, and every time we have an election, the media is, well, who's going to go negative first?
Okay.
Then some super PAC steps up with their Hillary Clinton murdered Ambassador Chris Stevens.
Let me ask you a question. If
At least we're speaking the truth when we say that.
Right. The funny thing is, some super PAC, and I'm not opposed to super PACs.
Yeah.
But somebody is going to run a commercial that all right, maybe they may not be as blatant as that, but they're really going to try to push the message out there that Hillary was complicit in his murder.
Time out. I understand mudslinging, but here's the point I want to make. That is old school politics. If Donald Trump is the candidate, the GOP pick, you're not going to see anti-Hillary Clinton freaking commercials. Trump is not going to do that.
And Ben Carson, who has
Won't
not
do it
got,
either.
Right. And look what's happened to him.
That's not why.
There's
I bet you it is.
Now, wait a minute now.
Mudslinging?
No,
Yeah, I bet you it is. People love the drama.
Oh my God! I just threw up in my freaking mouth.
I'll actually say that no, not Carson. Carson's a fantastic individual. He was on the radio the other day and he was talking about his experience, and they asked him to compare his experience to Ted Cruz's experience, and he was like, "Well, Ted Cruz has his experience in Washington in politics, but mine's different. My experience comes from standing in the emergency, in the operating room, holding somebody's life in my hand." And I'm like, that does not compare to politics. I understand the same thing. I've been into the room doing CPR, shoving tube down, pushing drugs and all that. Somebody else's life is in my hands too, but it doesn't make me qualified to
I have to
stand on the stage next to Ted Cruz and say, hey, I'm just as qualified to run this country as you are. But you know what? In all honesty, my grandmother probably said it the best to my father when he was growing up and to me when I was growing up. If you don't walk in the shoes, you can't say anything about it.
I have the same skepticism of anybody that says, oh, well, Donald Trump is a great businessman. Well, that's fantastic, but we're not a business.
We should be.
We should be.
But we're
we
not.
need
That's
to
not have
verified.
But and that's the thing though, is this country needs to start thinking in the terms of businesses balance budgets. Businesses operate on a budget.
Sure.
And our government
Make
operates
profits.
on a, you know what? It doesn't matter what it costs.
We'll add it to next year's budget. Sure,
right,
they do.
Exactly. And that's the thing is you can't do that.
No,
and our government needs to get away from that, and they need to go like a business.
Here's what we have for that: representatives. We have representatives that write our budget. They're responsible for balancing our budget.
Guess what?
Our president is supposed to be a statesman. Donald Trump is no freaking statesman.
But wait a minute though.
Past all that now.
The thing of it is though, is what we have. Yes, we have representatives that write the budget. The problem is the people aren't the voice in those representatives' ear for writing the budget. It's the lobbyists that are in the ear of the people writing the budget.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
okay, here, let me give you an analogy that a soldier can understand. Grass don't grow in the bottom of a foxhole. Okay, it smells like piss, and there's a real good chance there's some crap down there. At least an old MRE bag, right? And that's what I'm saying is it ain't the same as the top of the fox. We are not in a perfect situation, and things are going well. We don't need another career politician that's just going to step in and smile a lot. We got to change the damn course of this tide. We got to have somebody that's going to get up there and call people names. We got somebody who's got to get up there and say no.
We need somebody real.
I don't even know that Trump's real. The hair looks fake.
Say no to whom?
Say no to, like the Iranian weapons deal, the nuclear. I saw a cartoon today, a political cartoon where it's got a nuclear missile, and it's acting like it's pointing towards America, and it's got a guy, in a shemagh, and the other guy is asking me, he's a inspector, and the Syrian or the Iranian guy is going, it's a clock.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a bogus deal. Iran, they're still testing missiles. But what would you do?
I wouldn't have
or
done the
let me ask
deal.
you, what would you do? What would you expect Trump to
He
do?
would not have done that deal. Trump looks at things like a business. And if you've dealt with businessmen, which I'm sure you have, businessmen look at trying to get a return on their investment at a minimum, if not a direct and immediate profit. Whether the profit is in money, whether the profit is in stocks, whether it's in property, whether it's in copyrights, you see what I'm getting at. So I think Trump would probably look at it and go, okay, yeah, look, you want to do this little deal? Fine. But here's what we get out of this. We get oil at $4 a barrel, whatever it is. There was none of that. The current administration and career politicians went, oh, we're so afraid of pissing off Iran. Let me tell you something.
I mean, this administration is not a great example of.
Okay. Well, and
but look at Jeb Bush. You know what Jeb Bush is going to do? He's going to go. That's what he's going to do. And
I don't know.
He doesn't have it. If he does have testicles, they haven't dropped yet.
Maybe.
That's the way I feel.
I mean, if
I
thought that was my computer dying again for a minute. If Bush follows in the footsteps of his brother, he'll be pretty tough on the Middle East. But I mean, here's what I expect.
Well, no, he won't because he doesn't have his dad to question.
Right. I imagine Trump's plan for Iran will be to build a wall around him.
Oh, see, you're just a smartass. You're just a dick. That makes no sense at all.
And the thing of it is,
it makes as much sense as building a wall at the border.
Well, and
works for the Israelis,
and maybe it's a metaphorical wall. Maybe it's actually reinforcing the fence that has deteriorated over time.
Could be.
I spent time in El Paso, flying medevac down there. It's and probably 15, 20 miles in either direction of the main city. It's fenced. It's 18 feet, double stranded barbed wire on the top. Concertina wire. It's a fence. It's not always successful.
Probably has ladders up against it and holes cut in it, and of course we can't police it.
But see, that's where our problem truly lies. Is not in building a metaphorical, not in building the wall, but enforcing the laws that we have that's already on the books, and allowing our border patrol agents to do their job of, oh, you're here illegally. Yeah. Here you go, back across the border.
That is the one thing I think would actually make a difference.
But maybe that's the wall that Trump is speaking about.
It could be, and if it is, I wish at least make that clear.
Right.
But I mean, he's not pandering to people that think.
Right. Well, but
no offense to, actually all offense to Trump supporters, but
and I'm okay. I like Trump because I like that he's got the balls to stand up there and go.
He really does. I'll give him this much. He's creating a debate.
Well, he also is showing a lot of Americans, you know what? I don't care what these politicians think. I'm going to tell it like it is. He's not sugarcoating it because it doesn't need to be sugarcoated anymore. People in this country need to have that harsh reality slapped in their face. Guess what? There's always a first place, and the second place is the first loser.
Yeah,
there shouldn't be a trophy for participation.
Yeah, I actually
get it when you win.
I kind of hope some of that brushes off onto the other candidates.
but the we've gone so much into coddling half of this country that we've got to get away from that. We've got to.
Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt. Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's my show. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting inundated, folks. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you commenting on the Facebook pages, the apps, and everything else. Our phone number is 678-760-1556. I cannot answer these huge questions that you're giving me.
Yeah, you guys really have to stop inundating Mike.
The thing of it is I think there's several politicians on that stage, but Trump is one that is a good possibility. Ted Cruz is a good possibility. Marco Rubio is a possibility. The thing of it is
monkeys might fly out of my ass. That's a good possibility.
But you know what? But the thing of it is there are candidates that are on that stage that are not good possibilities. And what we need to do is we need to sort through those candidates and get down to the brass tacks. And let's get this.
Now, there were 9 on stage last night, but before that there was 4. The lowest 4 did their own debate at 6:00 yesterday. Yes. I watched that Santorum and those guys and Huckabee. Yeah. They did theirs. And you know what? Those guys made more damn sense than some of the guys that were up there. They really did.
I mean, every single person on that stage on certain topics makes perfect sense. I mean, Lindsey Graham, tiny little warmonger that he is, makes a lot of sense.
He's retired Air Force, isn't he?
I don't know what he
and when he's about to slam you, this is what he does with his eyes.
Yeah.
And then he comes out like a bull.
I think the thing would be is instead of having these televised is to put the questions to the candidates and let them write up a response to it.
Wouldn't that be great?
And let people that way. It's not an 8-hour debate, but you can see what each candidate has to say about the particular thing.
Plus, well, that's what their websites are supposed to be for. Yeah. You're supposed to be able to go there, read their platform, see where they stand on each issue.
And they're pissy, dude. I'm telling you, they got pissy last night with each other.
Yeah.
You know, even Trump, and I don't blame the guy because, I mean, you poke me enough, yeah, I mean, you'll get a response. And when they ask, like, if I ask you a question to respond to what Alex said 6 months ago or a year ago, why? That's not giving me your stance as a presidential candidate. That's giving me your personal opinion on pissy stuff. So I say, let's put them all in a room and laser tag them or real tag them. And, you know, whoever comes out wins at this point, because that's about how these debates are going. And Wolf Blitzer actually had to tell these people like a teacher in a classroom, but you agree to these terms. You can't keep talking over the. Damn, if I was one of the candidates and Wolf Blitzer talked to me, I'd be like, dude, retire. Because as soon as I'm the president, your ass is fired. Did you say you didn't see that part?
I didn't.
Freaking Wolf Blitzer freaking hopped on his little freaking soapbox and told him, you guys agreed to this. I would be like, dude. I got to admit, too, if I was a president, every morning, Rose Garden, in my underwear, doing the fuck you dance. I'd do it. I mean, seriously.
Smoking a big old J.
Well, no, you know, I like my cannabis oil. I would. But, you know, the fact of the matter is do you think they're going to wait all the way till the Ohio caucus before they start trimming this field down?
I do. I think
they will.
I think they're team candidates. Yeah, they're too far into it now.
Dude, if you're not in double digits, hit it.
It'll be Iowa.
They get stopped on the streets. They get asked questions. They're invited to the broadcast shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they don't have to go out and spend money yet.
So right now they can afford to operate off of smaller donations and a lower campaign fund. After New Hampshire, when they really have to kick up their advertising spots, that's why people generally pull out at that point, because it's not feasible for them.
Now, let me ask you kind of a strange question. I'll ask everybody, obviously. Okay, these folks are getting tons of money and all this other stuff. Of course, Trump says that he does his own thing and he's spending less than everybody else. What about the fact, and I don't know it to be a fact, it's just a damn comment, but everybody says that it took almost $1 billion to put Obama in office. You see what I'm saying? Almost $1 billion in donations, contributions, PACs, whatever, to put Obama in office. Is it just who can get the most money gets the job?
Well, and
it was last time.
It was. Mm-hmm. And the irony to all of that is it took $1 billion to get him into office, and when he leaves office, he went into office with less than $1 million. When he leaves office, he'll have more than $1 billion.
Yeah.
Crazy. He'll have close to like $10 billion.
If Trump stays where he is,
yeah,
I don't see this race costing Trump too much money. I think the media is gonna give him all the free advertising he wants.
And believe it or not, that's exactly what Obama got.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to kick him in the balls, and even when they do, he does the whole taekwondo, hey-ya, and he blocks it.
We ready to go to a break? Yeah, let's go to a break real quick.
All right, we'll be back in just a few. Maybe we'll get to the FAA. Maybe we won't. This is a world according to Mike.
You have to say hello to Bailey. You have to say hello to Bailey.
I have to.
Yes.
Yes, she can hear you.
She can hear you.
Fine. Go to bed, Bailey. Go to bed. It's late. Go to bed. Hi, Bailey.